Have you ever wondered what life was truly like for a Viking warrior? Not just the battle-hardened raiders depicted in movies, but the real individuals who balanced fierce combat with community duties and survival skills? Today we're stepping into their rugged world to uncover the fascinating details of their daily routines. In this video, you'll get an inside look at a day in the life of a Viking warrior, from early morning training and meals to the rituals that strengthened their community bonds. And here's something you might not know. Viking warriors didn't just rely on brute force. They honed their mental resilience through stories, spiritual practices, and shared traditions that kept them battle-ready. Stick around to see how these fierce fighters combined strength, skill, and strategy in a way that continues to capture our imaginations. Early morning routine. Viking warriors started their days before the sun fully rose, waking up to a crisp, cool dawn. The first priority was checking their weapons: swords, axes, and shields, all crucial for survival and battle. Sharpening blades and reinforcing shields was more than routine. It was a ritual that prepared them for whatever challenges the day might bring. This practice wasn't just about readiness. It symbolized discipline and pride in their warrior identity. After tending to their gear, many would step into communal duties. Warriors often helped with simple yet essential tasks like feeding livestock or checking on crops, blending the roles of protector and provider. Breakfast followed. A hearty, straightforward meal of bread, porridge, and sometimes dried fish or mead. This shared morning meal wasn't just sustenance. It was a moment to connect with family and reinforce bonds before the day's challenges began. Warrior training and physical conditioning. Once morning routines were done, the warriors moved into training sessions to keep their bodies and skills sharp. Training wasn't just occasional, it was a daily necessity. They practiced sword fighting, wrestling, and archery to maintain peak combat readiness. Drills often included mock battles where warriors would spar in groups, perfecting formations and battle strategies that would later be used in real conflicts. What set Viking warriors apart was their relentless pursuit of physical and mental conditioning. They understood that strength alone wasn't enough. Agility and quick decision-making could mean the difference between victory and defeat. Some training techniques even came from tactics observed during raids or learned from other cultures, showing the Vikings' willingness to adapt and improve. These sessions were grueling and pushed them to their limits, but they were also essential for building trust among warriors and ensuring that in battle, they fought as one. When training wrapped up, Viking warriors shifted to their roles within the community. Contrary to popular belief, these fierce fighters weren't just warriors. They were also farmers, carpenters, and blacksmiths when not engaged in battle. Many warriors would help tend to fields or repair tools, contributing to the prosperity and sustainability of their villages. This period was also a time for mentorship. Seasoned warriors often took younger members under their wing, teaching them not only combat techniques but also survival skills and practical knowledge needed for the harsh Scandinavian environment. This mentorship wasn't just about building individual strength. It reinforced the bonds within the community and passed down critical skills through generations. To add a human touch, stories from journals and historical records tell us that some warriors took pride in being skilled craftsmen or traders, finding satisfaction in creating goods or bartering in local markets. These midday duties reflected their ability to balance the demands of being warriors with the essential work that kept their families and communities thriving. As midday activities wrapped up, it was time for meal preparations. For Viking warriors, food wasn't just about sustenance. It played a role in reinforcing social bonds. Meals were often simple but hearty, featuring staples like salted fish, thick bread, and rich stews made from local ingredients. Dried fruits and nuts were added for extra energy, and mead was a common accompaniment. Sharing food was a communal experience. Warriors would gather around large wooden tables, sharing stories of past battles or discussing plans for future raids. This time together strengthened trust and camaraderie, essential qualities for warriors who relied on each other in life or death situations. The act of gathering, eating, and talking was as important for their mental readiness as training was for their physical condition. Afternoon rituals and spiritual practices. As the afternoon settled in, Viking warriors took time for rituals and spiritual practices that were deeply ingrained in their culture. Spirituality played an important role in their lives, shaping their courage and determination. Many warriors believed that their fate was determined by the gods, and they sought favor through various rituals. These practices ranged from simple prayers to more elaborate ceremonies involving offerings to gods like Odin, the god of wisdom and war, or Thor, the god of thunder and protection. One key element of this period was the recitation of sagas and heroic tales by skalds, the poets of Viking society. These stories were more than entertainment. They served to inspire warriors, reinforcing their belief in glory, honor, and bravery. Skalds would recount legendary battles, tales of gods, and heroic feats of ancestors, embedding valuable lessons and cultural pride into their listeners. These stories reminded warriors of the legacy they upheld and the valor expected of them. Viking warriors also used this time for personal rituals. Some carried small amulets or runes believed to bring protection and good fortune, carved with symbols like Mjolnir, Thor's hammer. They would meditate or reflect on past battles, preparing their minds for future conflicts. These moments of introspection were a reminder that strength was not only physical, but deeply connected to mental resilience. Group ceremonies were common before significant battles or raids. Warriors would gather and participate in blessings or chants led by a respected elder or seer, believed to invoke the god's favor. These communal rituals forged a deep sense of unity, boosting morale and reinforcing their readiness for what lay ahead. This shared sense of purpose and divine connection gave Viking warriors the unyielding confidence they needed when facing challenges. These spiritual practices highlighted the balance Vikings maintained between fierce warrior life and their deep-rooted cultural beliefs. They believed that honoring the gods, their ancestors, and each other kept them prepared, not just for battle but for whatever fate had in store. Preparation for raids or defensive measures. As the day transitioned into the later hours, Viking warriors began preparing for potential raids or defensive actions. This period was marked by intense focus and careful coordination. Warriors would gather in designated meeting spots, often near longhouses or assembly halls, to discuss strategies and tactics. These discussions were essential for aligning the group on their goals, whether it was an offensive raid or fortifying their village against an impending threat. Readying their battle gear was a meticulous process. Weapons like swords, axes, and spears were double-checked for sharpness and durability, while shields were inspected for cracks or weak spots. Armor made of iron, leather, and chainmail was adjusted for maximum protection and mobility. These warriors knew that a single oversight could mean the difference between life and death, so every detail mattered. Communication played a significant role during this time. Warriors used a series of signals, blown horns or loud calls, to alert others and maintain order. This system ensured that everyone was prepared and aware of the next steps. If an alliance was necessary, messages would be sent to neighboring clans, rallying more warriors for a unified effort. Beyond the physical preparations, there was an emotional and mental readiness involved. Some warriors engaged in rituals of focus or offered brief silent prayers, grounding themselves for the challenges ahead. These moments of reflection were powerful, serving as a reminder of their purpose and the importance of their unity. Preparation wasn't just about battle. It was about reinforcing trust and the shared responsibility of defending their people. Every warrior knew that once the signal was given, they would move as one, ready to face whatever lay beyond the horizon, whether it was a foreign raid or a threat to their homeland. Evening winding down. After a day filled with training, community duties, and battle preparations, the evening was a time for Viking warriors to wind down and rejuvenate. Despite their fierce reputation, these moments of relaxation were essential to maintain their physical and mental strength. Warriors would gather around communal fires, sharing stories and songs that celebrated their heritage and achievements. These gatherings weren't just for entertainment. They reinforced camaraderie and the shared identity of being part of a powerful, resilient society. Storytelling was a vital tradition during these evening hours. Skalds would recount epic tales of gods and legendary warriors, infusing their listeners with pride and inspiration. These stories were passed down orally, preserving the culture's history and values. Warriors listened intently, learning about the feats of their ancestors and drawing motivation for future battles. The evening stories reminded them of their lineage and the virtues they aspired to uphold: bravery, loyalty, and honor. Music and simple instruments such as wooden flutes and drums added to the atmosphere. The rhythmic sounds mirrored the heartbeat of the community, bringing a sense of calm after a day of intensity. Some warriors used this time for quiet reflection, contemplating their actions and considering the days ahead. The fire's glow provided a space to think, prepare mentally, and embrace the quiet strength within. Before retiring for the night, warriors might share simple words or toasts of gratitude, reaffirming their bonds with each other and acknowledging the shared journey. This sense of unity was crucial. It reminded each warrior that they were part of something greater, prepared to face whatever challenges awaited with the unwavering support of their kin. As the fires dimmed and conversations softened, the village settled into a peaceful silence. Warriors rested, knowing that each day brought new trials, and their unwavering strength came not just from their weapons and skills, but from the brotherhood and shared spirit that carried them forward. We've uncovered how Viking warriors balanced rigorous training, battle prep, and community roles. They were more than just fighters. They upheld values of strength, unity, and tradition. This blend of ferocity and fellowship still fascinates historians today. What part of their daily life surprised you the most? Share your thoughts below and remember to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more captivating history insights.